Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back to give you guys my NASCAR picks for this evening, the Cup race. We have I think 7:30 start for NASCAR today. Also, a PGA going on and MLB opening day, which I am pumped for. So I made a baseball video. If you haven't checked that out, you can. And let's get right into it. Appreciate if you hit the like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. I will be just giving you guys my quick thoughts on this race. I know a lot of people will still be playing it. Probably not as much as before now that baseball is back, but Draftkings still has a nice contest out. So looking back at what we always do, looking at how these drivers have done here recently. In the last 6 races at Kansas, Martin Truex, 2 wins, average finish of 5.67. I like Truex. The only problem is that he's starting like 5th, so you're gonna need him to remain in the top 5 and probably lead some laps. He has the ability to lead laps. He's led 241 laps here, so I do like Truex, but I do like Kevin Harvick a little bit more. He's starting at the pole. He has a win here in the last 6 races, 4 top 10s, and he started at the pole twice here. And in both of the times that he started at the pole, he's led 70 plus laps. He led 79 laps back in 2018, and then back in 2016 he led 74 laps. He's been great. This is one of his better tracks, and average finish of 7.67 is second, just behind Truex on the slate. Then you have Chase Elliott, who's done very well. He's done very good here as well. Only 93 laps led, but 4 top 5s and a win in his last 6 races. He's also starting 11, so he's starting a little bit further back. Only problem with Elliott is that he's very expensive. Just 11. He's at $11,000, so it's gonna be tough to get to like Elliott and Harvick. You're gonna need to go with a lot of cheap options. So I'll probably just go with one of those two, I think. And then some other drivers that look good is Tyler Reddick. He's looking very good recently. He's only had 1 race here, obviously, because he's a rookie. But Reddick is starting in the 20s, 23rd at just 8,300. He's been very good recently with a bunch of top 10s in a row. And last week, him and Austin Dillon battled it out for the first spot. Came in second, but he's looking very fast recently. And then Keselowski, been decent here. He's like the cheapest of the top end drivers besides Joey Logano. He's starting 7th. I think you can go to him. I don't mind him, but really, I'm looking at Kevin Harvick to pay up for, and then I'll probably go with if I want to pay up for somebody else in the top 10. I think maybe going with Keselowski looks fine just because he's been pretty good here. And then for some other drivers that look pretty good is Clint Bowyer, average finish of 11.5. He has 6 top 20s and a top 5. And he's starting like 19th. He's super cheap on DraftKings. And then Eric Jones, I love playing Eric Jones just because he seems to do very well in all these racetracks, at least recently. And this one is no different. 4 straight top 7 finishes here since he's been with Joe Gibbs Racing in May 2018. And once again, he's starting in the 20s. So he worked out last week, had a clean race, but I think hopefully that can happen again because he's had a couple of issues with not finishing races in some of these, but some of them haven't been his fault. But 9 top 10s this year, he's looking very good, and I think he looks like a great option today. I don't know what to do with Jimmy Johnson. I liked him last week. He was looking very fast, and then he ran himself into the wall. I don't know. He just seems like he's not in it. But once again, he's starting 20th, so he's gonna be at least in consideration if you make a bunch of lineups. But just with Eric Jones right there and Tyler Reddick, I would go with those two. I think they're just doing better right now. And then for the cheap drivers below like 7,500, is definitely Clint Bowyer starting 19th. Looks great. He has the ability to get into the top 10. Obviously, it's his hometown of Kansas. So if you're into some narratives, he's been okay this year. He's been great in some spots, and this has been a pretty decent track for him. So starting 19th at that cheap price point, I'll definitely have some interest. And then I kind of like Ricky Stenhouse today. He's starting 25th. He's only 7,000. Stenhouse, if you look back at his stats here, it's been decent with 5 top 20s. So if he gets into the top 20 at this price tag, it's a 7,000. He's not going to kill you. He might even have the ability to make it work his way into like the top 15. But with Stenhouse, it's always the risk of him crashing. And he's only had 1 wreck here in 14 races since 2013. So seems like he's been kind of controlling that. He has been decent recently, and at just 7,000, not recently he's been decent, but at this track he's been good. And at 7,000, that's probably one of the cheaper price tags you'll get. I mean, I would definitely play Ricky Stenhouse before I play Matt Kenseth. Even John Hunter Nemechek, I think Stenhouse just has way more upside than those guys. Even Ryan Newman. And then below 7,000, I think Ty Dillon looks okay at 3,600 as a value play. And you could look at Ryan Preece or Corey LaJoie as more value plays if you need them. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I'm not going cheaper than that. At the top, my favorite drivers are Kevin Harvick, Truex, Elliott, and then probably go Keselowski, Blaney, Logano, Busch. And then in the 9K range, there's a couple of really strong drivers, starting with Eric Jones. But I'm going to go with Harvick, Eric Jones, start, and then go with Ricky Stenhouse, 7,500, and Stenhouse 7,000 and Clint Boyer 7,500. Still leaves with 7,500 left. You can go with a cheap play and then pay up for somebody else above 8,000 if you want, like a Tyler Reddick or a Christopher Bell. But that's pretty much it for the DraftKings plays. And then I will go ahead and touch on Fanduel as well. Okay, looking at Fanduel pricing, it's same at the top with Kevin Harvick and then Chase Elliott. I still like Kevin Harvick more just because I feel like he can go out and lead like 100 laps in this race. Starting at the pole, don't mind Chase Elliott, don't mind Martin Truex, and then you have Keselowski at a decent price tag, Blaney, although he's starting fourth, so you're going to need him to finish in the top 5 again. I'm not really on Almirola this week. I think it's going to be a little bit tough for him to pass Kevin Harvick and then Joey Logano, like two really fast cars starting first and second. Love Eric Jones again on FanDuel at 20, starting 21st at 10,000. Like Clint Boyer, like Tyler Reddick a lot at 8,800. And then you have Christopher Bell at 8,000 if you want to go his way, and Ricky Stenhouse at 7,100. So pretty much the same. I think the pricing is pretty similar this week on both sites. So I'll go with Kevin Harvick, Eric Jones, and Tyler Reddick on FanDuel. So that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and good luck tonight.